afternoon, everyone. I am Ted the Speed Learner, and if you're watching this, it's probably because you have followed the QR code I posted on my Instagram account. Now, I know there are some people who are going to be watching this video who have never heard of Instagram, and they have never heard of QR codes, and one of the big questions they're going to be asking is, well, what's a QR code, and how do you use them? Well, for those people, you are in luck, because I already have a video here on my YouTube channel that will tell you what a QR code is and how to use QR codes. And all you have to do is switch off this video, look that video up. When you find it, you can watch that. Okay, and you can always come back here later on. Alright, now for the rest of you. There are going to be some people, like I said before, that do not know anything about Instagram. Well, later on, I'm going to create a tutorial, and I'm going to post it here on YouTube, that will show everybody the features of Instagram. And for those people, they can watch that as well. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I am going to answer one question. I do get this question quite a bit, so I decided to go ahead and answer it. Why is it that I don't post my face, my profile, on Instagram? Well, I do have a few good reasons. Number one, when a student is facing bullyism, are they actually going to be thinking about my face as they confront the bullies? No. No, they're probably going to be thinking about the situation that they're in. So, my face is irrelevant to them. Furthermore, if they are a student and they're taking a pop quiz, or they're taking a test, or a semester exam, or a final exam, doesn't matter. Are they going to be thinking about my face? Probably not. More than likely, they'll be thinking about the things that I taught them not only here on YouTube, but also on Instagram. There you go. What about those in adult ed? I deal with a lot of that. I deal with a lot of that as well. Okay? And you say, well, what are they thinking about? Well, here they are, sitting in front of a table that most likely would be repossessed at any time, with a plate in front of them that has no food on it because they can't afford the food anymore, in a house that could be foreclosed upon at any moment. Are they going to be thinking about my face? I don't think so. They're going to be thinking about that food they aren't eating. They're going to be thinking about that table they may not see tomorrow. They may be thinking about that house that they're going to be kicked out of tomorrow. So those are pretty good reasons to not have my face on Instagram. But there is one more reason. I do have people that occasionally come to me and judge me based on two things. One, my age, which happens to be 44. Two, my BMI, which is my body mass index, which, by the way, isn't that bad. And I have a message for those particular people. And I know the rest of you are like, well, I'm waiting for the real answer, the real meat and potatoes, and I know you are, and I'm sorry. Please be patient. But for these people who do judge me on these two things, here's my answer. Number one, I have people that are slightly older than I am, and people that are slightly younger than I am, and they envy how I look, because I don't look near the age of 44. I have really kept myself up well, so they envy that. So it's nothing to judge me on. Number two, in many respects, okay, it just depends on who you ask. But with many people, I am right now more financially secure than they are. Think about it. This house I live in is all paid for. Everything you see in here may not be much, but it's all paid for. I have, right at this moment, zero debt. None. Zip. Zero. Period. And a lot of people envy that. So, that's the second thing you need to remember. Now, the third thing you need to remember about me is that I can actually walk a full mile without losing my breath. I have a lot of friends that couldn't walk 30 feet without losing their breath. So, I wouldn't be so quick to judge me based on my age or my body mass index. That's not very nice. Okay. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this particular video. Now, the meat and potatoes is this. Why do I post so many sign pictures? Okay. Now, I'm not going to give you the complete answer here. And here's the reason why. Because if I do, I will defeat what I did on Instagram. That's right. I actually posted a photo on Instagram that said, if you ask me about my sign photos, I will give you a shout out. Now, if I go tell you the whole answer here on YouTube, well, you can about imagine what's going to happen on my Instagram. But I will give you part of the answer here. Now, since 2009, I have been videotaping the same parade. I have actually videotaped more than one parade, but this particular one I videotape on a regular basis. Every year it comes up, I videotape it. So that's been about, well, I've now videotaped 6 versions of this parade. Because the parade does change, a lot of the floats change every year. Okay, so, the parade name is the same, but the floats are usually very different from year to year. Okay. Now, what parade am I talking about? Well, I left a QR code on my Instagram account yesterday that if you click upon it, you can actually watch this parade for yourself, so you know exactly what parade I'm talking about. Am I going to tell you the name of the parade here? No. You just have to find that out for yourself. Alright. In 2009, when I videotaped that particular parade, when the parade was over, I tried to back out of the crowd, and I actually backed into a sign instead. That's right, I was walking backwards. I didn't back into it with my car. I was actually walking backwards, and I backed into the sign as I was trying to get out of the crowd. Which sign was it? It was the one entitled Music Please Maestro. And you can find that on my Instagram account. You can also find it here on YouTube. Now, when I first took a look at this sign, I saw a story printed on it, and I also saw a seal on the bottom. At first, I thought the city of Decatur, Illinois had erected this sign. I was wrong. You say, well, who really erected it? Well, if you really want to know, I'm going to place a QR code on my Instagram account today. And underneath, there's going to be a little letter A. That's all it's going to be underneath there. You click that, and it's going to take you to the website that tells you about all these signs. Okay? Now then, you say, well, okay, you found the signs interesting and all, but why did you go out and videotape all the signs? Well, I haven't videotaped all of them yet, but most of them. Most of them have been videotaped, and I have them on YouTube, and I have a lot of them on Instagram now. Why did I do it? Well, you're going to have to DM me and ask me directly, because I'm not going to tell you. Not on this video. You just have to DM me and ask. And I'll be happy to tell you. Alright? Anyway, you say, well, okay, what's the big deal about these signs? In themselves, nothing. Except for the fact that they are free Illinois tourism. Think about it for just a second. When you go to a festival, usually you have to pay for admission to get into the festival, then you have to pay for parking, and then you have to pay for this, and then you have to pay for that. Well, with these things, with these signs, when you go to see them, all you need is a tank of gas and a picnic lunch. That's it. No admissions, no parking fees, nothing. You just go there and you see them for yourself. Wow. That's basically free Illinois tourism. But there is another part to the story that makes this thing a lot bigger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a QR code on my Instagram account with a letter B underneath it. And that is going to refer you to a locomotive that has been created. Now, I'm not going to tell you here on YouTube what that locomotive is all about. If you want to know, you can click that QR code, or you can just ask me directly. But I can tell you that that locomotive is going to attract thousands of international tourists to Illinois next year. That's a fact. Now you say, well, okay, wait a minute. You have videotaped a parade, you have videotaped signs, you're going to videotape this locomotive. Why do all this? Well, part of it is because it really makes history come alive. It really does. It's free Illinois tourism. It makes history come alive. It's a favor and a service to not only the citizens of Illinois, but to everyone in the United States. It really is. You could really experience real history by going through all this. But the other reason was this. Currently, my YouTube channel runs on a platform of education. I am trying to assist those who are facing eviction, starvation, and bullyism through education. How does that work? If you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So that cures eviction and starvation. What about bullyism? How does it get cured by education? Well, it's really this simple. If you can suddenly accelerate your grade point average, that's what GPA stands for. If you can do this, then you can actually academically distance yourself from the people that are bullying you. Thus, your bullying problems are solved in a non-violent way. Well, how many people do you think are going to be interested in stuff like this? Well, there's a lot of people who are, but there's a lot more who are not going to be the slightest bit interested in this kind of education. So we have to appeal to the ones who aren't interested, so they can spread the word to those who really are interested. And that's why I did it. I've been looking for a way to cause people that would otherwise not be interested in my YouTube channel to watch my videos and then tell their friends who are interested in my videos about my videos. And that's why I'm doing this. And if you're the slightest bit confused, you can ask me about this and I'll happily explain it a little further. So, I think you can completely understand where I'm going with this, okay? Now, one of the things that I'm also trying to do is I'm trying to help not only other YouTube accounts, but also Instagram accounts. I want to help you achieve your goals just as much as I want you to help me achieve mine. So for those of you who really don't need my videos but have come to my Instagram account and have enjoyed my company, I would like you not so much to promote me and my Instagram and my YouTube. I would much rather you promote what is on QR code A and QR code B. Promote that, and then I will get views. That's how you can help me. I know some people have been asking how they can help me. Well, that's how you can help me. You can promote QR code A and QR code B, and you'll do a lot more for me than just saying, well, just go check out his Instagram or his YouTube. That would do me a great big favor. Now, how am I going to help you guys on Instagram as well as the people on YouTube? Well, the ones on Instagram, here's how I'm helping you. Okay? Think about this for a second. There are lots of, well, literally thousands of selfies on Instagram. There's over 10,000 selfies on Instagram. So what is the likelihood that people are going to see your selfie? So what you need is something unique that the other people don't have, which is going to catapult your selfie to the #1 position, which is going to get seen by lots of people. Now, I know a lot of the strategies have been going on Instagram, like the Bay, Boo, Buy. I'm not sure what Bay is, but I do know what Boo is, and I do know what Buy is. Okay? So if somebody wants to explain to me about Bay, that'd be great. Well, that's a nice thing to go through, except if you have image problems. Okay? If you have self-image problems, that may not be such a great thing to go through. Okay? And then we have MCM, which is Man Crush Monday, and WCW, which is Woman Crush Wednesday. Well, those are all nice and all. But like I said, if you have image problems and you don't win, that could be a bad thing. So, you have that. I know some people go out and say, well, if you like my picture, I'll give you a spam of likes. Well, that's nice and all, but I think we can do better than that. Matter of fact, I know we can do better than that. And I'm going to tell you exactly how we're going to do better than that. Okay? Or I'll see one where I'll say, well, I'm going to delete all my ghosties. Okay? Well, probably what'll happen is you'll delete all your ghosties, and then they'll form up these alternate accounts, and then they just follow you all over again. That is counterproductive. Okay? Or if you do a shout out of my account, I'll do a shout out of yours. Well, what happens if your account only has a couple of hundred followers and their account only has a couple of hundred followers? It's not going to work too good. Okay? So, and let's put it to you this way. Let's say you do a shout out for them and they decide to do a shout out for you, but they only leave your shout out up for, say, 20 minutes or so. You need something that's going to be there for a long, long time. See what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I did my shout-outs the way I did on Instagram. Because I knew I was going to leave them up there for a long, long time. And it was also going to show me who was really active and who wasn't. That was going to tell me who my ghosties were and who wasn't. You see? I made you guys go to a little extra effort in order to get your shout-out. Because it shows me how active you actually are. But I have another way of getting you more views and more followers. It's a much better way to do this. And I have actually done this before. But there are a lot of people who have not taken advantage of this yet, and hopefully now you will. Because if you really are looking for very active followers, you might get a lot of ghost followers, but for real active followers, here's what I'm going to do for you. If you tell me about a picture that you've uploaded to Instagram, leave it there. Leave it there. Tell me about it. I will take a look at it. Now think about this. When I take a look at pictures, I don't just say, oh, that's pretty, and I say, well, you're cute. Sometimes I do, because I'm sitting here going, well, that's about all I can say about a picture. However, there are pictures that I take a look at, and I'm sitting here going, there are details about it. I study those pictures, I scrutinize them, I find all the details about those pictures. And then what I do is I upload a YouTube video, and I discuss the picture. And I ask the person 5 legitimate questions. Because I know there are people that like to ask questions, and they're really either corny or explicit, shall we say. Okay? They're either corny or explicit. Either one, that's bad. But I ask you 5 legitimate questions about your picture. And I leave that video here on YouTube, and it does get watched. No question about it. I've actually gotten some responses on this. So yes, my videos do get watched. Now, if those people watch those videos and then go back to your picture, I usually tell them to, when they watch those videos that I've created, I tell them to go back to that picture and like your picture and tell them that the speed learner sent them there. As a matter of fact, if you guys who have just come here for the first time on YouTube, if you guys come here and you find my Instagram videos, it'll say Instagram and then it'll say a person's account. Watch those videos, and then I'm encouraging you to do this. This is what I want you to do. I want you to watch those videos, and then I want you to find the pictures that I described, and I want you to like those pictures and tell them the speed learner sent you. So they know you're an active follower, and you went there to legitimately look at those pictures. That you're not a ghost follower. That's what I'd like for you to do. And I will do the same favor for you as I did for all those other people. That's right. If you tell me which picture you want me to profile, I'll profile it here on YouTube. I'll ask you 5 legitimate questions, and the best thing you can do for yourself is once I profile your particular picture, once I describe it and I ask you the questions, is to answer the questions that I ask you. It will tell people that you're active, that you want those views, you want to be known, that you want to catapult yourself. See what I mean? If you want people to follow you on Instagram, do this. DM me. DM me and say, this is the picture I want you to ask questions about on your YouTube channel. If you do, I guarantee you hits. That's not a maybe, that's a guarantee. And as a matter of fact, if you will watch the videos of the other ones I did, and the ones I've done already, and you start following those accounts, and you start liking those pictures, and you start commenting on those pictures, I guarantee you'll have more followers. That's an ironclad guarantee. You want to catapult yourself up the Instagram ladder, you do what I tell you. And if it doesn't work, you let me know, and I will fix it so it will. That's an ironclad guarantee from me. So, anyway, I know I have taken a lot of you guys' time, and I'm sorry for that. But I think you're truly comprehending what's going on here. At least I hope you are. I do want to thank you for your time, for watching me, hopefully following my advice. Now there's one more thing I want to take care of. If you have come here, okay, if you have come here and you're facing eviction, starvation, and bullyism, there's something I want you to do. Alright, I'm going to give you your first lesson, and then I'm going to tell you what to do next, just so you'll get to where you're going. Now, I think you can recognize this. This is something like an 8-year-old would draw. This is a picture of the sun. I know it's not got the yellow color in it. I don't have a yellow marker, so there's no yellow in it. Okay. Now you see these little lines right here? They're called rays. These are called rays. Now then, why is that important? Well, I'm going to get into that in just a second. But anyway, you see that line? That's a ray. You see that line? That's a ray. You see this line right here? It's a ray, and so is that. When you join them together, it forms an angle. You say, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, if you'll recall, if you have a line that goes from the center of the circle to the outermost edge, it's called a radius. There it is. Radius. Okay? Where do you think they got radius from? Ray radius. That's where they got it from. Okay? Now, there is a unit of measure that they use to measure circles. And it is called a radian. So now we have gone from ray to radius to radian. Smart, huh? Now you say, well, what's the big deal about this angle? Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to my elementary mathematics videos, starting with number 1, and I want you to watch the whole complete series on it. I want you to watch all those videos. And then, I want you to watch all my other mathematics videos. And I want you to watch my Italian videos. That's right, every video that I have in a playlist, I want you to watch them. I want you to do that. And once you have watched all the videos and every single one of my playlists, if your situation has not improved after that, I want you to contact me. Because I'm going to provide you with even more information that will finally remedy your situation. No matter what it is, whether you're facing eviction, starvation, bullyism, whether you're facing depression, whether you're putting yourself in imminent physical or mental peril, doesn't matter. You watch all those videos, you learn everything in them, and if that doesn't solve your situation, you contact me and I will help you further until your situation is completely resolved. And I won't stop until your situation is completely resolved. But the only way I'm going to help you is if you do what I tell you to do first. If you do that first and your situation hasn't improved, you contact me and I will help you further. That is an ironclad guarantee from me. There's one other thing I'd like for you to do. Just one. Let's see. Right here. I want you to purchase a copy of this book right here. It's called The Memory Book, and it's written by Harry Lorraine and Jerry Lucas. I want you to purchase a copy of this book. I want you to read it from front to back, and I want you to follow its instructions to the decimal point. That's right. I want you to follow these instructions to the decimal point. And if you have any further questions beyond that, contact me directly. Again, I thank you for your time. I thank you for bearing with me. I hope I have been a help to you. I do deeply care about you. I don't want you to go away. I want you to stay right here. So, if you don't think I care, think again. Alright. Now, you may see this video uploaded before I get the QR codes up there. So, please be patient. The QR codes will come, and I will get them posted just as quick as I can. Alright. This is Ted the Speed Learner signing off. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.